So I have my cylinder head back from the machine shop, looking pretty fresh. He was telling me I just need to work a little bit more behind the valves to make sure that there's no lip in the bowl. But I actually think it looks pretty damn good. So we just have another night or two of grinding on the bowls and a little bit more cleaning up, I think, and we'll be good to go. Uh, the debate right now is if I should fill in these EFI notches and make it a true circle, or leave that there for in case anybody wants to do the EFI head on this EFI uh, stock manifold. Now, I went to the hardware store after the machine shop because I did have to get them to plane this because these two cylinders were actually higher, and this they were actually higher, so they wouldn't seal the entire all six of them. So this is now flat, and we're good to go on this. That's ready to go. I did have to pick up the nuts, like I was talking about. These are Nylock stainless steel flanged nuts. So I could use them with my rubber mounts, anti-vibration on the carburetors. And while I was waiting for the weekend to be over, I did put these all together so it's all fixed up, and I do have my vacuum line references. And right here, those are valves, so we are good to go. Just need to put that onto the plenum and then plenum onto the head. But since this needs more work, we're going to be using a different head, and that is going to be this one. This is got my the timing gear switched over because in the front of the block has the rest of it. And you can see this one doesn't have same type of weird wear on the rockers. I do have new rockers, or lightweight CNC rockers. But actually I just figured out I got sent the wrong camshaft from MSA Z Sports.com. So I'm going to be contacting them soon to get the right camshaft. These springs are too weak, so we're going to have to get heavier springs. And when I get the springs, we'll find out our total coil bind and the total rate we can get on the cam. And that's whenever I'll contact them to get a different camshaft, because it's all the same price. It's just the profile you choose. So this is the E88 head right here. This is originally what came from the 260Z, and I will be putting this back on the car that way so I can actually get the car to drive, and we can keep this one to continue port work in the bowl, and actually getting this guy, because this is bigger valves. I think a millimeter or two bigger on the intake and a millimeter or two on the exhaust. But that'll be for another day. And this is actually the box. It's my tuning box. It's a CC tube in here. See that? And so I have my tuning, power, and then this is the rest of the parts that will be going on soon. I did have to replace a different spark plug because I broke the tip of the distributor side, and I will have to do a couple of vacuum things. See, this is my catch can, and we'll have to do different vacuum runnings and a couple of different electrical connectors I did pull out whenever I pulled all this up. So there is like maybe 10 connections I'll have to do when reinstalling all this, but it won't be bad. So just try to stay organized and actually keeping a good pace. The only last question I really have is, do I run this? It's actually the reason why I was wrong is because it's an EFI head cam and not a carburetor cam. But it might be, it'll still run it, but it's not as aggressive. But I might have more lift I can get if I choose the right springs. So we'll see what that happens with that. I have this one is the Schneider, and this one is the stock cam that came with the N42 head. So we have the adjustable timing gear as well. So I think we're gonna run this one, still keep this one, and then whenever I contact MSA, I will send them this guy, and this one's the one that I chewed up the cylinder 6 exhaust lobe. You can actually see on this one right here, you can see that it's nice and smooth. Right here, you can see that has a point on it. So that one's toast, and that's why I switched over and using these guys. I'm gonna put together the cam with the Schneider cam. I think it'll be all right, and we'll see what happens. I'll be back with a video pretty soon. This thing put together.